Q&A Tuesday, all your voice questions answered. Number 1 is schedule. Find a time that works for you and fit it into your daily routine. If you put it into the agenda just like any other activity, you can plan on it every single day. Plan at least 10 to 20 minutes per day and you'll be well on your way to having mastery over your voice instrument. Daily routine is the key to success. Number 2, quick body warm-up. We're going to do 3 things. We're going to shake, we're going to stretch, and then we're going to fix our alignment. First of all, I want you to just wiggle your body on your toes. Get on your toes and literally go up and down until you feel your entire body shaking and relaxing, getting rid of all the tension. Now, when you stop, you're going to feel a little tingle coming all the way through your body from your fingers to your toes, and everything is going to feel warmed up. The next thing we're going to do is just stretch to really open the throat, open the chest, and stretch all the way up to the ceiling. Take a big breath, and then all the way down, arms by the sides. That's the stretch. So you want to shake first to get the blood moving and the oxygen flowing, and then big stretch. Before you start making any sound, you want to make sure that you're fully aligned. You want your ears over your shoulders over your thorax cavity, the thorax cavity over the hips, hips over your knees, knees over the arches. Now the easiest way to do that is simply this. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. Make sure that your ears are over your shoulders, hands on your tummy, and relax. Now you're ready for the next step. Number 3 is breath control. We're going to feel the breath now in the lower lungs because this is the key to really good breath control. And breath control is the key to an amazing sound speaking and singing voice. So we're going to do this by placing the hands on the knees to feel the diaphragm kick in, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. We want to actually breathe into the lower lungs. This is really imperative for speaking and singing. And then we want to blow out strongly and feel the tummy moving inwards towards the spine on the out breath. It goes like this. This is the first position that we're going to use to get to know the diaphragm and how it works for speaking and singing. When you've completely isolated the upper body, in this position we're putting our hands on our knees. Now my upper body can't move on the in-breath. And this is very important. You don't want to upper chest breathe. When you're upper chest breathing, it will keep you in a state of anxiousness and you won't be able to breathe in enough to make a beautiful vibration, regardless of whether you're speaking or singing. In this position, we're going to take a deep breath from the diaphragm and we're going to fill up the lower lungs. I want you to imagine that you're trying to blow out a candle. Big breath in, no upper body movement at all. Blow. One more time, flop the tummy towards the thighs on the in-breath and blow. If you're doing this mindfully, you'll notice that your tummy releases tension on the in-breath and pulls strongly towards the spine on the out-breath. Now let's vocalize it with a loud hop sound. And I want you to mindfully again move your tummy muscle inwards towards the spine on the out-breath. Ready? Breath in, hop. And again, breathe in, hop. One more, breathe in, hop. This is the way that you get to know your breathing muscles. The diaphragm is the major muscle of inhalation and the abdominal muscles are the major muscles of exhalation. So practice this a few times until you really get the hang of it. Open pharynx. This area is called your pharynx, your throat muscles. And when we speak, we need to make sure that there's no tension in these muscles before you speak or sing. Because tension in the throat can make you sound very tight, very thin and tense. It's not a good sound. So to loosen this tension up, we're going to open the throat muscles into a yawn and sigh with a downward motion. We're going to do it like this. Nice big open throat breath. And we're going to allow the airflow to flow freely through the vocal folds so you don't sound like you're strangling yourself. Are you ready? Let's do it a few times together. Big open throat. Now I want you to make sure that the sound sounds free and it doesn't sound like this. You don't want to strangle yourself at all. You want open throat muscles so your vocal folds can vibrate with the airflow flowing freely. Let's do it a few more times together, getting higher and lower every single time. Open throat. Let's do 2 more times, higher. Last time. It should feel very easy and very relaxed. You should feel the airflow flowing the entire time. This is the very first proper vocal warm-up, and this is something that singers and actors and speakers do every single day before they get on camera or on stage. The very first one is called the lip bubble. It's very popular and it's simple to do. Now, the trick is this. Don't blast too much air through the lips because it won't work. If you use too much force when you're doing this, you'll end up with a very tight sound and it's not going to work at all. The easiest way to do it is actually take a little bit of weight off your cheeks, take a little breath in from the diaphragm, remember, and blow up and down the scale like this. Now, the same as the other exercise with the yawn and the sigh coming down the scale, we want to make sure that every single time we get a little bit higher and a little bit lower. Don't start going to the edges of your range the very first time that you do this. You want to make sure that you're expanding gently so you're not forcing your voice. This is very similar to the lip bubble, but this time we're going to do it with the tongue, like this. So a lot of languages have the rolling of the tongue, but in English we don't usually do that. Arriba, arriba. We don't use the tongue so much. The tongue in singing, acting, and speaking is a very important part of the articulation. We need to use it in very fast, clear speech. So we're going to warm up the tongue this time instead of the lips. We're going to do it in the same way using the siren going up and down the scale. Let's do it together. Again with me. Now let's do it faster and go up and down a siren as fast as you can until you run out of air. Ready? Now when you've done that a few times, it'll feel very easy to produce the sound. Give it a go. Now if you can't do the tongue trill, go back to the bubble or skip this exercise and go to the very next one. It doesn't matter, so don't beat yourself up for not being able to roll your tongue. Just keep at it, it will come. Vocal warm-up number 3. This is humming and NG. Now the reason that we use a nasalized sound sometimes in the warm-up of the voice is simply because airflow is much easier to control when it's put through a small pipe. That's why singing through a straw is also sometimes handy, but we'll do that in a different video. Today we're going to do it with humming and with the sound as in the word sing, the NG at the end of the word sing. Let's try it with humming first. But we want to do this in a particular way. You're going to bring the vibration of sound to the front of the lips, so when you're doing a humming sound, hum, you feel your lips only vibrate. You don't feel tightness in your throat like this. That doesn't feel comfortable at all. It feels very tight, and this, again, the airflow is being arrested. So we're going to do the siren one more time, but with humming this time and bringing that vibration forward to the front of the mouth. Ready? Nice big breath. So really feel the vibration tickling the lips. This is the most important thing. You might have to try it a few times over to make sure that that vibration is really coming forward and you don't feel it in the throat instead of the lips. Now we're going to change to an NG sound. Same sort of thing, but we're going to feel the vibration in the roof of the mouth this time. Say the word sing, sing. And you'll feel the NG, again, is a nasalized sound at the end of the word. So let's try the NG together from low to high, high to low in that siren effect. Now our goal with all of these sirens is to really make sure that we have a seamless transition between the speaking lower range and the higher upper range. So whenever you're doing highs and lows, we don't want the voice to break in the middle of the range. You don't want to have this going on. If you feel that and you hear it, you're not doing it right yet. So I want you to back off the energy and really focus on getting that seamless connection between the low registration and the high registration, then back again. The key here is to do it really gently until you build up strength and resilience and flexibility between the low range and the high range. Keep at it and you'll get there. Number 9, speaking voice resonance. Now we're going to build on what we've just done with the M and feeling that vibration really forward with a particular exercise that's very well known in schools called My Mother Makes Me Mash My M&Ms on a Monday Morning. Now lots of people all over the world use this exercise for a warm-up activity in music class and in singing class, and the reason is this. It's a long phrase which challenges the breath, plus it brings the M's right to the front of the face, just like we did with the humming. But we're going to do it like this. We're going to do it on 3 or 4 different pitches on one breath every time. Big breath, ready? My mother makes me mash my M&Ms on a Monday morning. Raise the pitch. Doesn't matter which pitch, just choose a higher pitch. My mother makes me mash my M&Ms on a Monday morning. And again, let's do 2 more together. My mother makes me mash my M&Ms on a Monday morning. And last one. My mother makes me mash my M&Ms on a Monday morning. Number 10, the articulators. Tongue twisters that help make your voice sound clear, resonant, and flexible. I'm going to give you a few tongue twisters that will really help you move your articulators much more efficiently for speech. So what we're going to do is the following exercises together. Here's the first one. The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. That's super slow. I want you to follow me 1 time super slowly, then we're going to do it 4 times fast. You ready? The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. Breath. The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. Now we're going to do it 4 times much faster on one breath. The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. Let's try it a bit faster and with one breath still. The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the lips. The next one is a very familiar acting exercise. All actors know this one. It's the same type of thing. It's another tongue twister. Red leather, yellow leather. Let's try it 4 times fast. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Now you want to make sure that not only are you articulating the TH very clearly, but you're remembering to drop your jaw on the vowel so the words are very clear. Next one, this is one of my favorites, and I'm going to show you this with arm exercises to make it super clear. This is the way that I do it to remember the pattern. Tick, tock, tickety tock, tick, tock, tickety tock, tickety tock, tickety tock, tickety 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 tock. Let's do it slowly one more time, then we're going to speed it up. Tick, tock, tickety tock, tick, tock, tickety tock, tickety tock, tickety tock, tickety 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 tock. Let's try it faster. Tick, tock, tickety tock, tick, tock, tickety tock, tickety tock, tickety tock, tickety 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 tock. Last one. A proper cup of coffee in a proper cup of coffee cup. Let's speed it up. A proper cup of coffee in a proper cup of coffee cup. One more time. A proper cup of coffee in a proper cup of coffee cup. There you have it. 10 exercises. If you do this 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, every single day, you'll have a much better voice. You'll be well on your way to that amazing speaking voice that you really desire. I'll see you in the next video.